Okay, so what's the game plan for trying to find, confront, defeat, and otherwise remove from existence this wyvern?
Well,
do we just walk around calling for it?
And what would that sound like?
I don't
do like your best. Do like your best wyvern call.
Okay, give us a sample.
Hi there. Hi there. Like that.
That's a wyvern call.
I've
never heard one.
I should have known, and I regret asking.
I don't think that's what wyverns sound like. I think it's more of a.
Oh, like what?
Or more guttural, maybe. Like
oh, that's good. Okay, yeah, I can work on that.
Alekma, you being the
what do you think a wyvern sounds like?
I think we should just go north into the mountains.
Britt.
What?
That's my suggestion.
Britannica, what do you think a wyvern sounds like? Huh?
Oh, I did it at the same time Annie was doing it, so maybe. It was like a more of a guttural, like a kind of.
I guess there's only one way to find out.
Shall we go?
Can you not shapeshift into one and do a call for us real quick?
Yeah, like a meeting call.
Is that something you can do?
I've never actually seen a wyvern before.
Oh.
So.
I thought that was
and I also think it's a little bit above my abilities, you know.
Oh, you can't do anything?
You've seen what I can transform into the things I've typically seen.
A tree and a bat.
I don't know what you've seen. I've only known you for a little bit.
Oh, I was also a spider briefly.
Sure, okay, so you've been a spider.
Annie can attest to that one.
No, I believe I've seen it. I've seen you do it.
I'd rather
It's very
not.
cool.
But let's just go.
Yes, the sooner we kill this thing, the sooner we can get back to town.
With no
and find
plan?
And the sooner we know what it sounds like.
What the plan is to chop it in half. That's the plan.
Right, but okay, so we know they can fly, so we have to try to get it in a place where it can't really fly well. Okay? That should be our main concern, I think.
Well, maybe it's got a nest or something. We can like attack it in its nest, like a cave.
I do think he mentioned a nest of.
Yes, so let's find that and we'll ambush it.
Oh, so it has electricity as an attack, lightning, like I do.
Oh.
So there are. I prepared a few spells that might assist a couple of us. After what the guy last night telling us at dinner, you know, I figured.
Right. Do you think water will hurt him then? Like if he could water like electrify him if he used it? Or the area he's standing in, if say he was in a puddle of water, would that be good?
I get what you're saying. I don't know.
Like, you think it'll electrocute itself?
I don't know. I'm just wondering how.
So, Annie, you want to lure a wyvern that can spit electricity into a puddle? And
no, not that we're in
the puddle.
Not that
I don't want to stand in the puddle.
So we make it be in a puddle, and then have it use its attack, and then hopefully it affects itself with that. That's
a lot
probably
of
not...
water.
But how does it drink water then if it gets electrocuted all the time?
Well, I'm sure it can. I'm just trying to think outside the box. Is all I'm saying.
No, I like where your head's at. I just think maybe just more chopping is what we should probably do.
Maybe its tongue's not conductive.
And also, he mentioned the stinger is very large, and he thinks it might be some kind of illusion. So maybe we should go for that. If we strike it thinking it's an illusion, I wonder what we would hit.
Okay.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yes.
Why are you laughing at me? I don't understand.
Well, it was the arm motion, I think.
You guys
that
have
got me.
other ideas?
I said my idea.
Well, I mean...
I yelled my idea.
He did.
Look, Britannica can fly. It can possibly fly. She can probably bring it to the ground if it goes out of our range, right? I can throw my spear, cast a few spells.
Okay, but me and Cyrano wouldn't really be able to help if it's in the air, so we should avoid that at all costs.
Well, yes. Although Cyrano can teleport.
Mm-hmm.
Well, do you want to
roll
teleport
Britannica
into the
in
air?
Top Gun, so she
You
can
might
hone up
fall
on her
off.
air-to-air
I'll
combat
catch him.
tactics.
Also, Annie, I could make you walk on
Very
air,
inverted.
possibly.
What?
Oh.
Ooh.
You could do that?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So what about this? What if we sneak? We have to find it first, right?
And
we need to
yes.
We need to sneak with it. So I'll do an invisibility circle, and we'll scope it out so we can see what's what, and maybe test it with some things to see what it does if attacked, so we can get an idea of how it moves. And then, and only then, do we strike.
Hey, yes.
Because
it's
this is
a
all
plan.
speculation at this point. We don't know what it's going to do.
Very true.
So let's go investigate. Cyrano, you can go sneak ahead. I'll keep us in a bubble, all invisible-like.
Yes.
And we can investigate it.
Sure. Sounds good to me.
Okay.
We got a lot of traveling to do, so.
All right, then let's.
Yeah, I mean, it is a very large and vast mountain range to the north of here.
Did we get like a clue to though the where to head? Just up north? Is that?
Well, all they've said is they know the Wyvern is coming from the mountains, and it has been making routine attacks on the farmlands north of Gardingdale, which are kind of northwest of here.
Okay, I have an idea. What if we ask one of the farmers to let us borrow one of their sheep for a little project? Do you get what I'm...
You've been watching Empire Strikes Back, isn't it? You want to cut it open and climb inside.
No, I've been watching Jurassic Park. I want to tie it to a post.
And I thought they smelled bad.
On the inside.
On the inside.
What do you think of that?
Let's just go there first.
Well, Elegma, can you transform into a sheep?
Yes.
Technically, yes, I can.
Oh?
There we go.
It would be
no.
rather large.
Well, more of a meal. More attractive.
More enticing.
You got a little bit of junk in the trunk, as it were.
And I'll just swoop in and grab you when it's time.
Okay, let's go.
I mean, right?
I'm not going to turn into a sheep right now, but let's
of course.
get there first. Yeah, okay.
Okay, let's go.
I'm just going to follow you guys shaking my head.
Okay, so y'all gonna head downstairs?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. Let me switch macaroonies. Oh, and look at that. You've already found your way back to the...
Lechon.
Yeah, you've already found your way back to the table.
Awesome.
Let's see who all will be here when you come down on the morrow. He won't be. Okay. Yep. So, and they certainly won't be. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Put that back. I was a little overzealous on who I grabbed. Okay. There we go. All right, so you guys come back downstairs after consorting with the wizard. The only people that'll be down here will be Captain Van Zant and Sergeant Slade.
Okay. What time of day is it again?
So you guys slept here, you had breakfast, you went up in the morning and talked to the wizard. So it's still early. I believe.
Okay,
So we
could
can just
probably...
head on out then?
The reason Jane was late was she was refereeing a baseball game.
Don't let him push you like that, Jane. I have a shirt like that too, and I love it. Don't let him beat you down. Work at a Foot Locker. We're referees of a game.
It's okay.
Just tell him he just fouled.
Are you Beetlejuice?
Party foul. Oh, that's a good one.
Unsportsman conduct.
Unsportsman conduct. The
Yeah,
wrongest thing.
Is that what they say?
Absolutely not.
Unsportsmanlike conduct.
There
isn't
you
it?
go.
Okay, one word missing. You got
Oh,
that
that's a
shit.
big difference.
Not really.
A sportsman's conduct? On them, on
Unsportsman
him?
conduct is pretty much the same
I'm a
as
sportsman.
Yeah, you're a sportsman, and you conduct yourself accordingly.
It's a cute show.
Yes.
It is.
You were doing a sportsman conduct, correct?
All right.
It's okay. He told me that Matt has good hair every day, and I only have good hair one day. So
No, I didn't say
just
that.
out to make
I
everybody
didn't say
upset.
that. I didn't say that.
Anyway, let's get directions to the
Let's
wyvern.
go.
Let's
Right
go.
direction.
Okay,
Oh,
so
Sophie.
who do you wish to consult?
Who was the one giving us
Not
the
the
most
scary
info?
one.
Well, the wizard upstairs, Colathander, was the one that gave you all the information.
Oh, okay. When we were talking to the guys last night, I can't remember because they're all in different spots now. Which was the one that was like
Okay, so the one that talked to you most last night
Most
was
friendly
Lieutenant
one.
Gallowitz, but he's not here.
okay.
So the two that are here was the captain that immediately you got on the wrong foot with.
Mm-hmm.
And
I want
then
him.
Sergeant Slade, who seemed to think he and his men should go after the wyvern, but they'd forbid it, because apparently he's got more important
Oh.
things to do.
Well, then let's talk to him. He might be more amped to tell us stuff.
Okay, he's the
Okay.
one
Annie?
he's the one that's sitting by
Yeah.
the fire this morning.
Didn't you have a rapport with him or no?
I don't know. I'll do it.
I can't remember
I'm
who.
gonna stand up and casually stroll and go, sit down.
I
Okay.
want to follow behind you.
So we're headed out soon to track the wyvern.
He kind of like just pokes the fire and glances at you and goes, He carries on
Hoping-
messing with it.
Hoping we could get some initial directions to it. Do you have it?
Well, it's clear the wyvern is living and nesting somewhere up in the mountains, but that could be absolutely anywhere. Of course, the only thing we know for sure is it tends to attack the farms to the northwest. Now, in regards to tracking such a beast, you might find it hard to track something that flies from point A to point B. Not a whole lot of tracks left in the air, if you know what I mean. But other than that, if it was me, it's already struck the farmlands at least half a dozen times. Trying to find a wyvern in a mountain stack seems to be almost pointless to me. But chances are the proverbial lightning will strike more than once, twice, maybe even 7 times. If it was I'd probably head to the farm, wait for it to come back, set up an ambush, wait for it to rear its ugly head, and then POW! I'd make wyvern stew. Should it manage to get away, well, at least you can find what direction it went in. Maybe, just maybe, give you a better idea of whereabouts in the mountains to look for the beast's lair. As it stands right now, well, you could wander around for months in those mountains and find nothing more than orcs, goblins, and trolls. No sign of a wyvern. But I'll bet you head to the farmland, sooner or later, he's gonna get another taste for cow, or sheep, or pig, or horse, and return to the scene of the crime. That's what I would do if I were allowed to hunt this beast.
Wow. You have some really good ideas. I'm sorry that you can't come with us to hunt it.
Do you have a sheep costume?
Sure. Here's one I made earlier. I call it Flossie.
Okay. So you really aren't allowed. I mean, just an open invite if you do want to come with us.
Me and my men, we're more skirmishers, if you get our drift. Captain Van Zandt has other plans. We head into the mountains, into the lower foothills, take out anything nasty that seems like it's heading this way. Well, if we were heading off to the farmlands, take care of a wyvern, who knows what had slipped through. No, we gotta take care of whatever comes down from the mountains towards Middenhill Keep that might push on past to the town.
Okay. All right, we will head to the farms then. Northwest, you said.
Northwest of here, across the rolling plains, through the foothills.
How long will it take to get there?
On foot, day and a half, maybe 2. Of course, a wyvern's wings can cover that distance in an hour, maybe less.
What about on horse?
On horse, half a day. Of course. Horse is sure to be good bait for a wyvern.
Ooh. Okay.
Big, juicy, meaty.
Have you had horse before, sir?
Ma'am, if I told you some of the things we've been forced to eat, you'd hurl that milk out of your nose.
Ah, not my milk.
All I can tell you is, deep-fried goblin tastes every bit as disgusting as you might think it does.
Well, I hope we don't have to end up doing that, but thank you for your time. We'll probably head out in a few here.
Well, good luck. Hope you do better than that other group of ne'er-do-well so-called adventurers.
What the what?
I hope so.
The Jim! Thank you for that sub. 2 months in a row. Take your pants off, hit the hype.
Thank you, Jim.
Woo, thanks, Jim.
Thank you. Not
My milk. That's great.
That small group of people that you were talking to last night that had the run-in with it, the one that lost an eye. It was obvious to me before they even set out. They didn't have the stones to take care of such a beast.
And what do you see when you see us? What do you think when you see us?
Well, I see an awful lot of confidence. But y'all still look a bit green around the ears and the eyes to me.
Especially Olekma. Oh, gray.
He looks a little bit more, I don't know, stony.
Yeah.
I want to get high, so high.
What? Okay. I'm gonna stand back up. Thank you for your time, sir. Everyone ready?
Let's go.
Yes, let's do this.
Okay.
Okay. So y'all are going to head off out from Middenhill Keep in search of wyverns. Alrighty. Let me just do something here real quick. Make room to clear you guys out. And there you are. Pick all of you up. Get you off my filthy map. All right. So in that case, we're gonna go to the above area map, the big area map. All right. Oh, I just noticed something. I need one of these. Okay, so when you leave the main keep, is there anything you guys want to do before you kind of head down away from the raised dais or anything like that? Or are you just going to head straight out and off on your merry way?
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, I was gonna ask Alekma. So, is there anything we should have? Do they like something? Not like something?
They're like flowers.
Like flowers, or are they allergic? Do they have allergies? So that would be something they wouldn't like.
Cyrano, I honestly have no idea.
Everybody knows wyverns are allergic to fresh baked muffins.
Well, I don't know.
But we are trying to lure it, so
Sure.
we got myself and Stilo, I guess, right?
But I mean,
yes,
you
Stilo would be
you
good.
don't know anything about them. You know animals, right? Don't you? Is that your thing?
Yes, but I've never encountered a dragon or wyvern before. I mean, I know they're smart and fly, and that's about it.
Oh, there's no books on them.
Not that I-
Like Wyverns for Dummies 101 back in your group?
Yes, there was my library tents.
Yes.
Yeah, no,
So
not at all. I come from a tribe that does the oral tradition, and they never orally told me about wyverns or dragons.
my kind of tribe.
He comes from a land down under.
The oral again.
Okay, I just try not to go in totally blind, you know.
Well, I already have spells ready to go when it comes to that, so you are
Okay,
making.
care to share what they are?
I already did.
Did you, or did you say you just have them?
Well, I'm not going to cast them. I said I have them.
What are they?
Well, you sure shit aren't getting anything
Oh, why do you say it like that?
because you're pressuring me, and I don't like it.
I'm asking what? I'm asking
His his druidic spelling doesn't work under pressure.
if you cast something on
Yes.
it or me, I want to know what you're doing.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he wants to know what
I
you
have
got.
said
tonight.
I have spells prepared to resist or protect against that electricity attack he said he had.
Okay.
I have a spell to make Britannica stronger. Not that she needs to be stronger, but it would be nice if she was wrestling with a wyvern, that she'd be as strong as she can be.
Right, for Britannica, right.
I
Okay.
have a spell for Annie, so she could actually be on the air,
Uh-huh.
since she can't fly.
And?
And I have other spells too, which I'm not going to go through my entire list with you.
No. I just wanted to know what's specific for this, so we could your game plan on the way. Have a little strategy
okay.
sesh.
Well,
What?
yes.
Jeez, what's your problem, huh?
I don't know what I'm doing. And you're
Well,
asking me
that's why I'm
questions.
trying to figure it out. Get that
Me
little
too.
druidic walking stick out of your butt or whatever, huh?
Or being kind of secretive about it. Usually you're
Yeah,
pretty braggy about it.
thank
I
you.
told you everything upstairs. I did. I said what I had
Okay,
ready.
well, what's wrong with him asking again? He's just
Well, he
curious.
didn't. That means he didn't listen the first time.
He doesn't
Yes,
repeat himself.
probably.
I heard.
I also have. I can conjure an ice storm. Maybe that'll ground it.
Oh, yes.
I think it's good for us to discuss what you've got in your arsenal so that we know what we need to do to fill in
Thank
tactically.
you.
It's a good plan.
Thank
I
you.
do like that idea, and I can
Mm-hmm.
kind of tell you guys some of the things I've been learning on my own too.
Yes, please.
But we'll do it on the way. We should get out of here.
But not now.
But not now.
Okay, well,
Forever.
let's get on the way. I guess
Okay.
there's nothing else we need here. We'll just start making our way over.
Sounds
All
good.
right.
Turn into Stilo and a horse outside of town. Right.
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll summon Stilo. Hey, boy.
Okay. So you wish to summon Stilo. And Shaggy, are you going to do the usual
Yeah, I'll turn
Beast
into
of Burden?
a large large horse to keep up with Stilo, because I can now.
Because can.
Because I can.
All right. And you guys wish to travel in which direction? So northwest would take you to the farmlands, and east would take you to the mountain range.
I guess start going north and then transition to northwest when we get closer to the mountains, right?
Yeah, mountain range, right? Isn't that where the guy said he's coming from?
Yeah.
Yeah. We're heading towards like the farms by
But
that.
to go to the farms, yeah.
The farms are kind of north of Gardingdale,
Right.
which would put you northwest of Middenhill Keep. The mountains are to the east of you, so you're kind of going two different directions.
Okay, so straight north then.
Yeah.
Right?
North, and then if you go north and then shift to the west, that'll take you to the farms. Yep.
Cool. That's what we're doing.
All right. Okay. And seeing as you decided you wanted horses, give me a second, because need horses. All right. Wrong one. All right, I need Stilo and the Shagget horse. Right, there's the Shagget horse, and where's the Stilo horse? Damn, that Shagget horse has been eating a lot.
What did I name you? Oh, Cinnamon, right? Yes.
I think so, yeah.
Sally Cinnamon.
What's really sad is I'd answer to it now.
Hi ho, Cinnamon. I'll give you a little,
I
Oh.
like to call him Walnut.
well, that's good.
I thought so.
I'll switch it up anytime someone asks me. I'll change it.
I like that idea.
That'll be fun. Maybe you stick with
that's a
different
thing.
nuts.
I like that.
Pistachio would be good.
Different spices. Oh, okay.
Oh yes, that's good too. Cumin,
Mm-hmm.
saffron,
Oregano.
saffron.
All right, let me go ahead and position you guys.
Pepper.
Oregano. Did you say oregano?
I did say oregano.
Peppa Pig.
Kinds of mushrooms would be
Paprika?
cute.
Oh, yeah, fungi.
If you're gonna call me,
Shiitake, heel.
Shit
Ooh,
take.
shiitake.
Shit
if
take
you're
mushrooms.
gonna call me Saffron, can you please also call me Malcolm Reynolds, just so I can feel cool at least once?
There you go.
What?
Shit take
Saffron.
mushrooms.
Firefly.
No, dude,
Oh,
I'm not gonna do that.
Brian's gonna be really disappointed I didn't get that.
I'm
so
sorry,
hopefully
I'm
you
not
didn't hear
gonna-
that part.
I'm not gonna do that for you, pal.
Yeah,
No,
you can't have that.
sucks. So mean.
You don't get that level of cool.
Sorry, I can't do it.
Call me Soup one of these times, okay?
Call you soup.
Soup.
Oh, you cereal.
Yeah, cereal soup.
Serial killer. Okay, alrighty. So yes, you guys are heading across the open tundra, the rocky, craggy area, the
Tundra?
foothills, as it were. Not the tundra, but the foothills.
Okay.
So it is fairly precarious travel, even on horseback. You're going up and down a lot of rocky areas, so you're definitely able to travel considerably faster than on foot. But it's not like you can do an open gallop, because doing so would probably kill your horses and yourselves. So, alrighty. So yeah, you left out probably mid-morning. So just before noon, as you're kind of heading across this open area, you come to what appears to be, I'm going to move that just because it's fucking me. In amongst a lot of the rocks, ahead of you, you can see what seems to be a perfectly circular array of stones with a single stone in the center. It's far too precise to be anything of a natural formation, so clearly these rocks were all placed here for a purpose. But what was the purpose? They're kind of directly ahead of you, by the time you kind of realize and see them, probably 30 or 40 feet ahead. And other than the strange positioning of these rocks, there doesn't appear to be anything untowards about them.
these are like unmarked graves?
I think they're for like spells and
No,
witches.
so many people have died. It could be that too, I guess.
Well,
Does it look
do
like
you-
the dirt's dug up at all, or just placed?
Well, the kind of ground you're in is mostly kind of rocky and stuff, so there's really no dirt. If you was to try to bury someone here, you'd probably have to resort to like burying them above ground and piling rocks on top of them. It would be significantly difficult to dig an actual grave in this kind of terrain.
Okay.
Could I do a knowledge religion roll to see if I recognize the ritual aspect of this circular thing?
You can give us a dice roll. Yeah, sure.
Okay. I mean, it obviously, being intentional, not natural, I figure religion would make the most sense. If it lets you. 12.
12. Okay. It's too vague to give you anything specific, but yeah, it's very probable that this is some kind of ritualistic positioning. Mostly older, kind of less formalized religions would resort to something like this. Maybe something more tribal, something more earthy, as opposed to like, those that would worshipping big grand temples like Pelor or St. Cuthbert or...
Okay, so knowing this, I don't have control of the horse, but I would intentionally not walk over it, and I would walk to the right of it, pushing Stilo to the right of it too, like going in that direction around.
So you want to kind of cut Stilo off and make sure that he veers around it without
give him a little nip.
I'm not gonna nip Stilo, but yeah,
horses do that all the time. A friendly
this
nip.
way.
Okay,
that's the plan.
Yeah, I'm just gonna kind of go. I mean,
I guess we have to go around this.
He's I'm not doing that. He's going this direction. I'll say as we trot on by.
Annie, do you get any sense of good or bad from this thing? Can you tell if there's anything we should avoid?
There's nothing for me to really detect on. It's not like a creature or person.
Oh, okay.
It's interesting though. Maybe it was marking when maybe some trolls or orcs or something did it.
Maybe Alekma knows something and he can tell us when he's
not just
when he's not a horse.
You'd see me nod as Annie speaks.
Okay. Great. Let's continue.
Okay. Well, if you continue to choose to ride ahead, you will do so without any interference from the circle. Nothing strange happens. It just clearly had some kind of structural relevance, but what it was doesn't seem important to you guys, and nothing ominous happens to you. So you bypass it completely and continue on your merry way. Okay. Okay, probably another hour or two riding across the open plains. Other than seeing quite a few birds of prey flying and possibly swooping down to snatch up hares and other rodents, you really haven't seen a whole lot of, wildlife or life in general kind of stomping across this open area. The entire time to your immediate east, the ominous, foreboding rise of the mountains is there. But again, this area here is so open and really uninhabitable. There's plenty of rocky crags and places where unpleasant things could easily host an ambush. But as of yet, you have seen nothing. As I said, other than maybe a few, rabbits or rodents scurrying around and birds of prey diving down and snatching things up off the grounds. As you continue to look ahead, you can see that the rocks and crags, as you head more kind of northwest, are beginning to smooth out and make their way into more like open tundra and plains. And in the far off distance, you can see the small little clusps of buildings that probably are farmland.
Okay.
Just trot along to those, yeah?
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Okay.
You continue to travel in that case. And probably... Let's see where we're at here. By early to early to mid-afternoon, you're pretty much leaving the rocky, craggy areas behind you, and you're starting to notice more little spriggans of grass, a few bushes, weeds, small plants, and it's starting to become more earthy and more, generally speaking, fertile land. Still very open, still very clear, and still no sign of anything particularly unpleasant at all.
Okay, yeah, I guess we just keep on... I'm gonna say, are we visiting a town first, or do you want to set up shop here, everyone?
I thought we were going to try to find the farm, but
Yeah, I
I'm
mean, you
not
can
really...
see the farms in the distance. You're definitely heading
Oh,
towards
okay.
them. The closest
we-
town is Gardingdale, which is quite a way back behind you to the southwest.
Okay, I think now that we're out in an open area, I think I would be a little more, like, scouty in that sense.
Okay, as soon as you've pointed that out, it does occur to you that as you traveled like several hours across open rocky crags, at least there were places to hide. There were rocks to get behind. Here, it is very open, and suddenly you're feeling very kind of looking behind you to where the crags are, and probably the good hour and a half of travel between here and the farmland. You are very aware of how open and unshielded that terrain is.
Yeah, so that's what I'm starting to get a little worried of.
Yeah.
Just
not
that
good.
change. Yeah. I'll keep an eye out, everyone. Don't worry.
Can you start looking for like lightning strike places, like burnt areas, and you know?
Sure, no problem. I'm on it. And I guess I'll be looking for scorched areas of earth.
Scorched
or
earth.
terrain. Yeah,
Okay.
just keep my eye out.
The terrain here is a lot more traversable. So you could definitely put a greater amount of haste and speed underneath your hooves between here and the farmlands, if you so wished. It's not so slow and kind of careful picking through the rocky crags. Here, you know, you could probably, after a short period of time, could probably get up into a decent riding speed to cover as much distance as possible.
Yeah, I think that's what I'd slowly pick up the pace, you know,
Okay.
hoping Annie and Stilo and Brit would follow suit.
All right. Well, in that case, by mid-afternoon, you are going to find yourself beginning to cut through into open farmland. Plowed fields, planted crops, herds of livestock, you know, wyvern pickings, and things like that. As you kind of enter the first kind of big open farmstead area, you can see the buildings to the north of you. As I said, open fields to your left and your right with planted crops. A fairly large herd of cows. I say large, maybe, you know, less than a dozen, up ahead of you. And beyond that, more kind of, you know, actual farmhouses, barns, pens, and more of a structured area. There's nobody out here, however, actually tending to the cows. They're kind of left to graze by themselves in this open area. As you get a little closer, you can see that there is indeed a large cart with quite a pile of manure piled up on it. So obviously someone does come out here and tend to the cows, cleans up the cow crap and puts it on the cart for obvious fertilization purposes. But at least for the time being here and the mid-afternoon, nobody is tending to them at all.
Stuff like that.
Do we look around for someone, or
We just take one, or
Just steal a cow.
We're not gonna steal a cow.
Pop this in your
I'll
backpack.
just borrow it.
Bad. Oh, we can't just
It's
borrow
one cow
it.
or the whole herd. Well, what do we do then? Just wait until someone comes? Try to find a house?
well, we can go into town more instead of just waiting here.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, there's beyond here north, you can see actual farmhouses and barns and
yeah.
animal pens and stuff.
Does this cow look weird to us on the side, or is that just a weird token?
It's just the markings of that particular cow.
Okay, it looked kind of green on my screen, so I'm just making sure there's not like some sickly cow.
It's not a mutant cow,
"Alright,
no.
nothing to worry about here," and it's a
real
demon cow.
Wyvern-y looking cow over there.
Right?
It's a cow
He's
with,
just, like,
with
lurking.
wings tucked in and a huge
Little
spiky
spiky
tail
tail.
going, moo,
Yeah, the
moo.
big guilty look on its face. Like,
Moo. I
No
love
wyverns
grass.
here,
Nom,
Moo.
nom, nom.
I love getting milked.
A wyvern in cow's clothing, right?
Oh God.
Unless Cyrano stops me, I'm just gonna go towards people, like so you can.
Yeah, just keep going.
Yeah, no, I'd have no reason to stop you. So
All right.
It's a Calburn.
A cowburn. I'm going to have to resize these tokens real quick, so give me a second. Actually, no, I'm not. That's about right. Okay. So as you get closer, there's a huge barn to your left. There's an unhorsed wagon in front of you. The main farmhouse ahead of that. To your right, kind of cutting down some of the crops, is a farmhand. Beyond that, closer to the house, you can see a handful of people kind of mulling around doing farmhandy type things, and a whole bunch of pigs and stuff like that in pens. But other than that, it all seems fairly innocuous, really. There's like not a whole bunch of concern or fear or, you know, ominousness about this particular area.
I trot up to the first person I see.
Well, the first person you're going to see is this farmhand right over here. Alternatively, there's another farmhand over here by the well. Who do you want to trot up to?
Ahoy, hoy!
Yeah, the one closest by the yeah, that guy
Okay.
on the right.
Hey!
You kind of trot up to him, and he's just, you know, with his curved sickle, hacking down ears of corn. And he kind of looks up. How do?
Hello there. We are the newest conscripts in the area. Is there a person in charge here we could speak with?
Conscripts? What kind of conscripts
No.
you be then? You new farmhands?
Take down the wyvern.
Take down
We're,
the wyvern. Oh,
Yes,
you've
that's
heard
why
then.
we're here.
Oh, well, it's about time they sent somebody. Oh, blessing to jeez. I'm well, a pleasure to meet your acquaintance. I'm merely a hand, but the proprietor of this particular farmstead. If you go over to the main house, I'm sure he'd be more than happy to entertain you.
Yes, that would be great.
Sure. Let's go.
And then almost kind of as an afterthought, he's like, Where are my manners? Right this way! Right this way! And he starts running in that direction. Yelling behind him as he does so, follow me!
Okay.
All right.
We'll trot along there.
Okay.
I was just at a farm today. Takes me back.
Take me back to the farmlands.
Put in some good work today.
There you go.
On the range.
Don't do that here.
What? I did.
Home on the range. The deer and antelope play.
I got that farm soreness, you know.
Right.
And my farming muscles. Ooh.
So you stink.
He runs up and starts to talk to this seemingly elderly gentleman that's kind of standing out in front of the farm itself. And you see him kind of point in your direction. The man raises his head and just kind of gives you a polite nod at a distance. Annie... Actually, anybody, give me a perception check. So that would be a spot, a chewy spot.
All right. Spot check. Ooh, close.
Damn, Britt.
Damn.
I spotted it.
Britannica.
Mm-hmm.
Britannica. Okay. So, actually, probably everybody will actually spot it. But as you kind of look down, you notice a thick, black, singed dirt area that probably runs a good 100 feet or so. That Stilo and the Shagget horse are actually standing in. It is kind of indented to probably be about 4 or 5 inches deep. It's probably a good couple to 2 or 3 foot wide, and almost like something of a significant heat literally tore a huge jag straight out of the ground.
Annie?
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about from earlier?
Oh my heavens.
Oh my
Doesn't look
heavens.
good at all.
Maybe we should bring it up with the leader of the farm.
I'm sure they know. They probably were here when it happened. We can ask them about it. Yeah.
Oh, but I mean, not these two. You think we should wait for the head honcho?
No, go ahead. Yeah.
Good sirs.
I'm going to say to the people leading us ahead, Gore, or who are talking.
Pray tell, what made this marking on the ground?
Whenever you say that, most of the farmhands all kind of ominously look away, like they don't want to address that comment. An elderly person kind of walking up on a, with a walking cane, holding a pipe, as he continues to come closer to you, he says, "Winged beast did that, that's what. Bloody pig, cow, and horse thief."
A beast?
A winged beast!
A winged beast, yes. How did it do that exactly?
For the last few weeks, huge winged beast has come down from the mountains. Flew down, snatching pigs, snatching cows. Well, a few days ago, decided it took a fancy to one of my prize horses. Old Nell, the one that used to pull that cart, in fact. Enough was enough at that point. My son climbed on the roof of the barn. And he kind of points to the building just to your, to the south of you. Got my old crossbow. Took a shot at the beast. Struck it. Oh, he was a good shot, my boy. But all he really did was anger the creature. Next thing it arced around, we thought it was leaving. He stood up and cheering in a mode of victory. And then it turned about. When it did, it comes flying down. Well, he was coming right for him, so he jumped off the roof of the barn. He was going to run for the cover of the house. But he didn't make it more than about half a dozen feet, as you can tell. And suddenly, with a huge crackling sound, a huge arc of lightning come from the creature's mouth, like that you'd expect from a great storm. It scorched the ground there, killed my boy. He's buried over there, underneath that tree. And he kind of points over in this direction. Nothing could be done about it. They kept saying we should have gone south. Come to Gartendale, in the protection of the town, they said. I was too stubborn. My poor old wife. She said we should go. You gotta understand, I've worked this land since I was a boy. My father before me. And I intended it to be passed on to my son. Well, now it's more a case of stud and pride, I understand. But I blame myself. We should have left. We should have gone south. If we had done, my boy would still be alive.
Oh, I'm going to jump off my horse and give him a big hug. And while I do that, I'm going to calm emotions on him.
Okay.
Like, it's okay. It's okay. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. Everything's going to be okay. To hopefully calm him down a little bit.
Okay. What is the saving throw required against that? Obviously, it's a willpower roll, but... Calm emotion.
Second, calm emotions, creation. Why do I always forget this? Will negates, and... Oh, gosh.
You rolled a 14, so you might want to check.
Spells, yeah.
I figured I'd just roll. If it was complete crap or really good, we'd know the answer. But with it being a 14, I'm not sure. What if he's not a hugger?
Oh, I need to write this down. I always forget every time.
Oh, is it not macroed on your sheet?
No. I'm gonna write it down now. Will negates. Should I get? Can you help me? I don't remember.
It was a second level spell, so.
It is? Okay. Then
10 plus the spell level, right? Plus your wisdom modifier.
Is it your wisdom or charisma modifier?
It's a bard, cleric, and law 2 spell, so. I mean, it's based on what they cast spells with, right?
Yeah.
Being paladin. So paladin is charisma.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, in that, ooh. So 4
That's
plus
why
2
I
plus
said
10,
that.
then I think 16.
In that case, he will fail. So, that will indeed calm him down. Almost as if touched by the grace of God. He's like... I suppose all we can do is live on now from day to day.
Well, we plan on getting rid of it once and for all.
Well, that's what my son thought. But sometimes I wonder if it isn't better to let the beast have a pig or a cow every couple of days. I mean, granted, eventually we'll run out of livestock and lose the farm. But what is a farm if nothing to sustain the life of people? And if by trying to resist this beast, all we're really doing is putting people at risk, perhaps we should abandon the farm and just head south to Gartendale?
Don't be so hasty. Well, when's the last time it attacked?
Well, as I said, my boy died 2 days ago. That's when it took the horse. Any day now, expect it to come back. Huge beast like that. That horse won't sustain it for long. Couple of days, 3 at most. I expect it'll be along this evening or tomorrow.
Oh no. Well, we don't have much time to plan then.
But rest assured, if you plan on trying to battle the beast here, like it or not, you're going to put all of us at risk.
I'd rather not battle it here. We'd love to find where it nests. I don't know how far away that would be, though.
Well, always comes from the southeast, from the mountains.
Figured.
But where, I don't know.
Well, once we talk to your boss, perhaps we can stay here for a few nights.
This is my farm.
Sorry. Oh, we're talking to you. Sorry. I'm Annie.
I have a question,
I miss.
if I may. When he does attack, what does he seem to prefer, this creature? Does it usually go for one animal over the others more often?
Well,
Any preference that you would notice?
for the most part, he was taking cows.
Cows. Okay.
But then, as I said, after that, he decided to change his choice of fare to horse. Well, when we first started, we had almost 25 cows. We're down to less than a dozen now. But we still had the pigs. It was when he decided to make a beeline for our horse that my son decided enough was enough.
Understood.
So horse is what he decided to take last time. Perhaps he got tired of eating beef and thought that perhaps he would change his dietary requirements to some horse. Pigs, on the other hand, have always seemed to be fairly safe. Mind you, I suppose to a beast that size, a pig wouldn't really sustain it for as long. It's going to take that trip all the way from the mountains over here to feast upon something. I suppose it might as well take whatever it can that's going to sustain it for the longest. Horses and cows being fairly big animals. Speaking
So
of which,
what about this horse here? I'm gonna look down at mine.
okay, he says, well, looks like a fair specimen. Mind you, not as fine a specimen as this huge black stallion here. And he kind of walks over and looks at Stilo. He says, how tall is that horse? What is that? 20 hands? 21?
Oh, you noticed.
Oh, fine horse.
Thank you.
That'd feed a wyvern for maybe 3 to 4 days, I'm sure.
Great.
Oh yes, if you leave that out in the open, no doubt that'll be the first thing it decides to lay hands on, or claws on, talons, whatever they are. Oh, I'd make sure you put your horses in the barn.
Okay. Thank you for giving him space for the barn.
Well, normally we put the cows away at night, but when we know the wyvern's going to attack, we usually leave them out. I figured if he can just swoop down, grab a cow and be off, much less likely to blast up the farm itself. Of course, if we was to try to hive all the livestock, no doubt it would tear the roof off the barn just to get at the beasts. Or worse, tear the roof off the house just to get at us.
I don't want that. I think we should talk amongst ourselves and formulate a plan.
Well, once she's done with the pigs, my wife's ex-wife is no doubt gonna serve up some supper. So, if you'd like to wash up in the trough here when you're ready, and come on inside, probably be a good hot cooked meal in an hour or so. You're welcome to join us if you like.
Okay, thank you.
Sounds yummy.
All right, and then he's gonna wander back towards the house.
I'm gonna trot out of view of everybody to change into my human form. Like, maybe over here, away from people.
Okay.
And then, are there any, like, older-looking trees, like, not these trees right within this vicinity, but in the outlying farmlands? Like, any old, slightly large-looking trees, possibly? Like, north, south, east, west?
I mean, yeah, there's these couple of trees here by the farm. Other than that, not really. It's mostly all been cleared for farmland.
That's too bad.
I mean, that's close by. I mean, if you want to go maybe a quarter of a mile, either to the north, northeast or northwest, you can probably find a small crop of trees here and there.
Yeah, but I don't actually want a small crop. I just want, like, a single tree. Okay.
Yeah, your choices for single trees are here or here.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk back to Annie and Cyrano and Britt, I guess, to talk to them. I mean, are they staying where they're staying as I left?
I don't know.
I walked over so we can chat, not near.
Yeah, Annie's come over to you, yeah.
Yeah, I think that was our plan, right? To
Okay.
talk before
What are you doing with
meet them
Steely?
back.
Nothing. Well, if there's stables for him, I'll put him there, I guess.
Okay, well, for the time being, he
Yeah,
can...
that's fine. Okay.
He can get a drink. All right, okay, so you guys are all kind of congregating down by the cart.
Yep.
I have an idea.
Okay.
Oh. Yes?
Uh-huh.
But it would entail endangering these people because we'd be close by.
Does it involve you becoming a tree?
Probably.
Because I don't like that
Most
idea.
likely.
No, actually, not at all. Although,
Oh, liar. You're
great.
changing your plan now. You're like, I see that being
Does
a
it
sweat.
involve
I mean,
putting us
that
all
is-
in a really big net and waiting for him to swoop us up?
well, no,
Does this
Like
involve
a
us
sack
being
lunch.
under a net?
it is funny because it does involve a tree. So very intuitive of you to think that.
Okay. Of course.
All right. Let
You're
us
very
have
a
it.
tree-oriented planner, but continue.
We borrow the crossbow from the farmer, and we tie a bolt with rope also to my spear, and we put the bait out, stilo, so when it comes to swoop down, we shoot the thing, and I throw the spear with the rope to bite into its flesh, and then we wrap it around the tree, the rope, to keep it anchored or at least unable to fly away.
Okay, so
What if it just bites the rope?
That's why we have two.
or lightnings it and just
Well, I
breaks
mean,
it.
What if it uses its tail and just chops it?
I didn't say it was a perfect plan, but
What if it has knives for hands and we don't know it yet?
Probably does.
it's not Edward Scissorhands, guys, okay? It's
I don't know. You're the one who said you don't know anything about it, so maybe it does.
well, as it comes in, we
So
hit it
basically-
twice
A makeshift
around.
harpoon.
and pull it, yes, and pull it to the
Okay.
ground, all collectively.
Okay.
So it crashes.
I just think that
Be great
one
to
or
have
two
a back-
ropes isn't going. Go ahead, Annie.
Well,
Yeah.
what if while we're doing
Yeah,
that,
like 10 ropes.
Yeah, maybe 10 ropes.
Well,
Maybe
we're not.
20 ropes.
Maybe 300 ropes.
Oh, now we're talking.
How
Maybe
about
if we get an army of 300 Spartans.
Yes. Maybe if we found another wyvern and we convinced it to bite this one.
Okay, how about this?
Become a double agent, maybe.
While we're doing the rope thing, Britannica, you are invisible in the air, and you fly from above and crash into it, like in the small of its back.
How big is this thing?
I don't know, but
Does it have scales, like hard
I don't know.
scales?
Okay.
Tell us.
I assume so. But
Are you sure it doesn't have knives for hands?
with us pulling from below,
He doesn't know. That's
Britannica attacking from above, we could crash it into the ground and then pounce on it like
I don't hate that
savage
idea.
wolves.
What if we...
This just seems like a terrible place for an ambush. It's so open. No wonder they're all dying.
Mhm.
Well, what if we lured it into the craggy area?
How would we get him that far out?
I know one way.
Which is...
My wyvern call.
Oh, right. I do have a
we thought
question
you
about
meant
that.
a real
Alekma.
way.
I thought you were gonna pick up on that, but you
No,
didn't. So
that's a great idea. Alekma, you said you haven't seen one before, so you can't become one. But after you see it, could you then become one? And could you become a girl one?
girl one.
Or boy,
How do we
well, I
know
don't
this
know.
is? We don't know.
We don't know. We don't know. Anyone. Could you become any one of them?
I really believe it is beyond my abilities at this current time.
All right. Well, just an idea.
Well,
Could you become something that looks close enough like one?
And trick it somehow.
We build one out of sticks and...
Yeah, and then you put your leg out
Could
like in the
build this
cartoons,
big wooden
you know,
mojo.
and you pull up your scales.
Sounding
you know,
more and more
kinda,
like a Monty Python episode all the time.
kind of wiggle it out there a little bit
Yeah.
and give it a yoo-hoo. Yeah, that works.
Going my way.
Echoes of Aldersea, Python, and the Holy Grail.
Going
Yeah.
my way, big boy.
How about we call all your ideas Plan Z?
C. I don't think
Okay,
that's
okay,
fair.
S.
One rope is not going to hold a thing. We don't even
I
know
said
how big it is.
2 ropes, one with the crossbow, and me.
I still think we need to see this creature before we make any plan at all. Don't
Right.
you agree?
But if we see it and then let it go away, then we gotta wait for more days.
Yes. It's true.
I like the rope plan. Here's the thing: worst case, it doesn't happen and it doesn't work, and then we just improvise.
Worst case, we end up like that thing on the ground and just burns
Well,
up.
I mean, worst case with a plan is that it doesn't work.
And then we're dead.
No, we improvise. Oh, here's the thing: what's the ratio of plans we plan that end up not working, and then we just kind of freestyle it the rest of the way? I'd say the majority of the time.
I guess I just like knowing the size of the
More
creature
of a-
before I commit to barreling into it.
Well, if
In
they're
air.
picking up horses, probably big enough.
Yes, and that's what concerns me.
Oh, really?
All the
A little bit.
times you gun ho, well, gun ho, not a word. Every time you axe ho into
Yes,
creatures,
because I can
down
see the
your throat.
creature. I'm aware of how big it is.
Isn't it gung ho?
Gung ho?
Yeah, but he was like axe ho.
Gun ho, like a
Axe
gun.
ho?
Yep.
Gun ho! Pew,
Gun
pew,
ho?
pew, 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 pew.
Doesn't have to be
Gung ho.
gun. No,
U-N-G.
gun ho.
Yeah.
Axe ho, yes.
You are an axe ho. Though,
I am
really.
an axe ho.
Now you're just talking about. Are you just saying things you're seeing on the farm here? Should I get?
Yeah, he's like axe, hoe,
Axe,
shovel,
hoe.
Well, no,
rake.
because she has
Shovel rake.
because she has an accent. Yeah.
Okay, I prefer to know the size of the giant creature I'm about to attack before I agree to this.
Are always so eager to go head first into any fight.
Yeah.
I would think
Because I
you'd
can
love
see
the
it.
opportunity to crash into a dragon.
I do,
and
as
hit
long
the
as it's
ground
not
with it.
500 times bigger than me and will eat me up in one little bite.
It's not going to eat you up. You're Britannica. I believe in you.
And if you remember, he did say that he could make you stronger.
You can make me
I
stronger.
make you stronger. Yes.
Okay.
He said he can make you stronger. He said I can walk on water and air and become electrified and probably also get stronger too after you.
Serrano 2, Electric
Okay. I don't
Boogaloo.
like that part as much, but I want to be the strong one, so
I
I
mean,
like that.
you could also have Cyrano on your back and then drop him on the dragon back to punch him with you into the grounds.
Oh, Cyrano?
Or you could teleport onto it as she's pushing it to further punch it downward.
Well, I would just wait at that point for it to come down, right?
Well, you might get a better attack from above.
Also, you could really hurt
Or
it from
vulnerable.
above.
You're just going to be waiting at the bottom to just like into his little tummy?
Maybe.
Dude,
If you aim it right.
Do
All
that
right,
special move that you do.
I don't hate this plan. I don't think it's going to work. I think it's going to snap the rope immediately, but I am willing to give it a try.
I think that is a very high possibility.
As long as we are in agreement. Do you have anything else to ground it? Any other spells that will
we
keep
could
it down?
Ask the farmhands if they have any things to make the bolt tip and my spear tip more grabby.
What about poison?
I know that
Does it
looks
poison on it?
I know that looks wrong, but something to pierce it so that it won't just get yanked out,
Right.
Like
can
tear
we
flesh.
dip it in poison? Do you have
Can we put
poison?
some poison on it so we can...
Well, Cyrano has really weak poison from my snake.
True. And I think I might be able to, I don't know if this is a thing you can do, but I'm just going to say and see what the DM says. I'm pretty sure I might be able to find some things that can make the poison stronger, as I do have poison making ability score.
You do?
I mean, we did pass that diseased cow.
Do you have herbalism or anything like that to go with it?
I believe so.
I hope so.
Then I would totally allow you a roll to gather herbs around the farm, and if you succeed, you could indeed try to manufacture something more toxic.
Yeah, I have poison making is my craft.
Mm-hmm.
And I know I took herbalism because that was another thing I needed to do. And profession herbalism, yes, I have both.
Okay, then yeah, it is definitely a thing you could work on.
Okay. Okay, yay, poison time,
How
everyone.
many points do you have in poison?
30. 6.
30.
So you're somewhat adept. Yeah, I mean, knowing, first of all, you could probably easily just dismiss the snake venom that you have as being useful at all.
Okay.
The venom, the small amount of venom that you have, first of all, it's not fatal poison to a human. The likelihood of it affecting something that's probably, however big this, you could assume this thing is, if it's capable of snatching up cows and horses, would be like a bee sting at best. Which would also throw into question just how efficient or how effective a poison would be and how much of it you'd need to deliver for it to be effective against such a beast. Not saying you couldn't do it, but you wouldn't be trying to just put a little bit of poison on the tip of a dart. You'd be like needing to somehow like get a lot of poison into this thing. If it is of any size that is capable of lifting to the air a cow or horse.
Okay, well then I guess knowing that, I probably would be like, well, maybe poison isn't the best idea. We need a lot of it. And I don't know with what I have available out here that I could make something potent enough.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely could possibly find some stuff that could make the thing lethargic, sluggish, take the edge off of its abilities. That's much more viable. Making something that's going to kill this thing, unlikely.
Okay, yeah, then I would after that would say, but I might be able to find some poison and make something into that would maybe give us a bit of an advantage.
Yes, I didn't expect you to kill it with it, but maybe something that will weaken it.
Yes.
Give it a little tummy ache.
Yeah, give it a little tummy ache.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay, so should I go looking for that now?
Yes. Go do that.
Okay, so Cyrano, you're going to head off into the fields looking for weeds and plants that are, generally speaking, not the best things to digest or put in the bloodstream. Okay. Mm-hmm. Go ahead and start off by giving me a herbalist roll there.
Okay, I can do that.
Why don't they grow junk on this farm?
Herbalism. Don't have the highest proficiency in it, but...
Okay. Well, as any good farmer would tell you, any decent farmhand probably knows to pull ragwort and other toxic plants from areas where farm where animals might graze. So after a good scour of the fields, I'm afraid you're not really seeing much that you could honestly concoct into a decent poison.
Oh.
So after a good look, you're like, yeah, this just isn't going to work.
Keep trying.
Maybe farther away where they don't graze. There's time.
Yeah, because I'd come back and say, I didn't really find anything out here, everyone. Sorry.
Well, go further away then.
Okay, yeah, it was kind of picked clean here. If that's okay, that's what I would do.
I mean, if you want to
it.
leave the air, if you want to like leave this vicinity and go off by yourself, like, you know, out of the farm area, which is quite a significant way, you can do so.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that, but I'm gonna be quiet.
We should come with you. Right?
I'll be fine.
What about all the trolls and orcs and all?
Watch this. Did you see?
Right. But what if someone sees you do that?
No one's gonna see me do it.
Specifically,
I guess I
when
should be
you
more
walk
like this.
like
Okay,
this,
watch
you're
this.
quieter.
Where'd he go?
I'm convinced he's fine.
Everyone
Right?
close their eyes.
Count to 5.
I'll be fine. I'll be quiet. I won't be long.
Okay, so that's what Cyrano's going to do. So that's pretty much what he's going to be doing for a while. So what is everybody else want to get up to?
I am going to go to the farmer and ask him
Cyrano
for his
sneaks
crust.
into the barn, takes a nap for 3 hours.
I make the noise like I'm walking away, and then I
like,
just into a little barrel of hay.
See you later, guys. I'm going to find some weeds. I'll be back soon. Bye.
I'm gonna ask to borrow the crossbow.
Okay, he'll loan you his heavy crossbow.
Also, he has extra rope or
I was gonna say
fortified rope.
It's a farm. They've got plenty of rope.
we'll try to go get as much of it as we
all of
can.
it.
See if there's anything to like strengthen the spear tip and the crossbow bolts, like to make it a little bit more bites. You know how those things go, Gore.
Shark
You know.
I
So
mean,
it's not just like a stick.
He had a
you know.
blacksmith and had someone to actually like refashion like a barbed crossbow bolt, maybe.
There's no.
Do they have any like garden tools that have like a bunch of jaggedy pieces on them?
I mean, they'll have some
farm
hoes
tools.
and some spades and shovels and regular garden implements if you think that somehow they will be more efficient than a crossbow or a,
Do they have any barbed
or a
wire?
magical spear, then... No, they don't have any barbed wire.
I guess I'll just have to throw it at like a weird angle, you know. So when I pull it, it's not pulling straight out; it's lodged in there, which I could do. I got the feathers, you know, aim really well.
I'll try it.
And then I'm going to then investigate the tree. Like, how deep are the roots of the tree? How firm?
That's a very druidy thing to do. Give me a knowledge nature roll, buddy.
I'm gonna fondle the shit out of this tree. Sorry.
Which tree in particular? The one to the south or the one to the north of the farm? Okay.
Ooh,
Which one's got the biggest trunk, Gore?
yeah, the one with the biggest. It looks like it's the topmost one, right?
The top one is the larger tree, but it is also ridiculously close to the house too.
That's true. All right, so then the one by the grave, because that's a great grave.
Yeah, why not? I mean,
Why not? We're saving the world.
Yeah.
Hey,
Okay. It's a fairly old tree. I mean, the roots would be pretty well down. I mean, this is very fertile land, which doesn't necessarily bode well for the, for the roots being as secure. But again, it really depends. I mean, if you was to tie a rope around this tree and attach it to a horse, it would hold a horse. Again, without knowing the size of the beast that you are dealing with, it's difficult to tell.
Okay, well.
Let's see what their estimation on how big it is.
Okay. Who you want to ask?
Probably everyone to get their take on it. Go
Okay.
around and so how about how?
So, Yeah, the farmhounds and the farmer will all tell you it's larger than the house.
Big is it? Like the wingspan or the body?
The farmhand will be, well, if its wings are fully outstretched when it's gliding, it'll be wider than the house itself. Its body is as big as the house. Huge beast it is. Flies down and snatches cows in its front claws and lifts them away as much as a great eagle would do to a bunny rabbit or a kitten. Probably swallow one of them pigs in one mouthful.
Great.
Okay.
That's
Yikes.
what I was afraid of.
Okay. To try to lure it somewhere else. Stilo can run pretty fast. Probably not as fast as that thing can fly. So, you know who can go fast is Britannica.
Yes.
But we would need her elsewhere, right?
Right, I'm just thinking out loud. If we decide it's a terrible idea to have it come here to the farm.
Well, I guess now my thinking is this tree would not be big enough to ground it. To lure it, you'd have to be on Stilo, riding along an open plain, kind of, right? So it could swoop for you.
I'll have Stilo do that alone.
Stilo, run that way and be Wyvern dinner.
But you
And
do that.
You know, I can dismiss him at a snap of a finger, right? If I see if Steel's about to get eaten, boop, gone.
But we'd also need to be close enough to try to ground it. But methinks now the bolt in my spear would not be enough.
Huh, I wonder if anybody mentioned that in the beginning.
Yes.
Well, I was thinking coupled with you coming from above.
Okay, but I'm not even... I don't know what kind of spell you have to make me strong, but I don't think I can get this thing down. Not on my own.
Right. We have to maybe, okay, if it came in for an attack, we'd have to go for its wings. So
Yes. Can you shoot its wing with this
it couldn't fly.
spear of yours, Alekma? Do you think you have a good enough shot to get it?
I think I could aim well enough to target a wing, but
So if you go for one and I go for the other, from the air, maybe, before it does real damage to us, we can ground it.
It would be uneven. Should the goal be to ground it or hurt the wing as much as possible so it just can't fly anymore? And then it grounds itself.
Well, yes, I think that's the plan, is to get the wings damaged as much as possible.
If it had...
Right.
If we targeted one wing, is that enough, or will that...
Well, I'll go for the other
will it be
one. We
able
need
to fly
a
with a wing?
Probably, but if Alekma gets one, and I get the other, maybe if Cyrano can further do damage to the one Alekma gets, because really one pierce is probably not going to be enough from one spear.
I mean,
Okay.
just trying to think, like,
Annie, do you have anything that could hit its wings?
Afraid I don't. I just have my virtue.
Well, it's not enough.
No.
I mean, I do have a big spell that I could cast on one of the wings, possibly, but I don't know if it would be effective. And I'd probably have a hard time aiming it specifically, especially if
it?
it's flying. Well, you've seen me do it before. A fire strike from the heavens.
What is it?
It's a column of fire.
Oh, so if it was still for just even 2 or 3 seconds?
I was kind of hoping I'd do it when it was on the ground, because then it wouldn't be flying through the air and I might miss with it, you know? But if I do my spear and Britannica, or we do a crossbow bolts, we might have, I mean, it would anger it at least, so we might come for a strafing run, right? It's like the streak.
Yes. What about the really large stinger that might not be real?
What do you propose we do? Do you want me to try to grab it?
Well, I mean, the wizard alluded that it's either completely fake or there's a smaller one underneath or something, right? Like, maybe it's not what we think it is, and maybe it's some more powerful wizard disguise. Like, it could be, if he really thinks there's some kind of illusion magic going on, it could be anything else, like a demon or something. Not that we need to go there, but...
yes, that will make things much better.
Demons.
Instead of a wyvern, it's actually, a Balrog in disguise. Much better. Easier to deal with.
Regardless of what it is, it still does...
a lot of things that aren't what they say they are. So I'm
true. But it still does the damage that it's going to do, regardless. We have proof of that.
Well, we don't know that it actually is a wyvern, right? They kept saying wyvern, but it shoots electricity. So what if it is an actual dragon pretending to be a wyvern?
Then we are all dead.
Why, though? Why would they do?
I have no idea. But it shooting lightning is suspicious to me.
Do that.
So what if we have Stilo riding around as bait? It comes. I throw the spear at one wing. Annie shoots the crossbow at the other wing. Britannica and Cyrano attack it from above.
Right. Wait, I don't know if I'll be able to aim very well with a crossbow. I've never shot a crossbow with a crossbow before. You think I'll be okay?
I honestly don't know.
Okay.
Can you do anything to make her a better shot?
Do one little thing, not by much though.
Well, it could be...
But if we have Cyrano with his poison and you from above, you guys are the most adept at getting out of a fall. I mean, Annie can't really, and I can wild shape, well, if I'm lucky. But you know what I mean? Like, you have your own wings, so you can maneuver, and Cyrano can teleport. So if you come from above, attack it simultaneously, maybe that'll be enough to ground it. And if not, you fly the hell away, right? Get out.
Yes. I don't know what else we can plan for other than to just try it.
What is our escape plan if it's all too much? Hide in their house?
I can go invisible, so if you run to me, I can... Hopefully you won't see us.
Okay. Got it. If you see me running straight at you, then you know I'm trying to get away. But
Yes,
if you're flying around, then I'll just wave and cry.
Or if you feel a big bump and you don't see anybody, then it's probably me trying to take you with me, and so just come along.
Got it.
Fair enough. I mean, But
So if I
it's
still bitter about
don't
that.
freak out.
it's the idea, right? But the idea is to try our initial attack, and then we
Yes.
have some heavy hitters, right? We don't just immediately escape. I have you guys, some of you protected, so if they try to electrocute us, I'll give, I guess, one to Annie because she's on the ground, and one to either you or Cyrano, right?
Probably Cyrano.
Probably Cyrano. Bastard. And then you know, I got my heavy hitter spell. Hopefully it'll do some damage. We try to chip away at it. If it's on the ground, we fight. If it flies off in the air and is harder for us to deal with, then we recoup, right? Maybe track it back to its lair if it retreats.
Okay.
If it's bent on just killing us from above, we just go invisible, and if it goes down to this place, well, we doom
We'll
them, I
make
guess.
sure they are bunkered properly, the best they can, and tell them not to come outside.
Alrighty. Well, while all this is going on, Cyrano, give me your further afield herbalist gathering roll.
Okay.
Okay, 13. You can find some stuff that, potentially in a person would make them kind of docile and drowsy. At best, it's the most you could hope for that it would achieve. But, of course, it depends on how potent you can successfully make it.
Okay.
So, you know, you can come back with a bunch of herbs and make a very large... Maybe take over the kitchen for a while and make a very large batch of it. The question is how to deliver a large enough dose. You know, it would be a poison that should be ingested. So unless you can trick the thing into eating it, coming up with a plan to like deliver enough of it into its bloodstream on the end of weapons and stuff might be a challenge. Not saying it couldn't be done, but you'd have to think outside the box, I'm sure.
Okay.
All right. But yeah, he comes back with a big
bushel
of strange-looking plants.
I got thrown down like, all right.
Make sure these are what I think they are. Everybody eat some of these.
What's all that, Cyrano?
Well,
So
this is what
did
I've foraged.
Are those all poisonous?
Well, not by themselves, my dear. Separately, perhaps. But when concocted and mixed into a brew potion of poison, they can be.
And you put that on your weapon and stab it, right?
Well, no.
Can we put it on all our weapons?
Well,
Yes.
no. Well, yes, but no. That won't
Wait,
help.
what?
It needs this particular poison that I could only find the ingredients for, so I couldn't do anything better. This one needs to be ingested.
Oh.
What?
How are we going to do that exactly?
Well, there's
Rub it on a
plenty.
cow?
I was going to say rub it on a cow or a pig.
So they will have to sacrifice one of their animals.
Well, I think that's a pretty easy to make. They say, hey, do you want a pig to die or another son?
Okay,
You
well,
know?
he said he didn't like the pigs, so maybe a horse, maybe Stilo. Can we do that? Let's stay on...
No.
Why
No,
not?
you can't let the Wyvern eat Stilo.
You could just
Why?
bring him back.
That's not how it works. If Stilo actually dies, then it'll be a while before I can.
How
summon
long?
up
Like
the
a day?
powers. No, like a month or two.
I got it.
What?
Turn me into a tree.
No, Cyrano.
Oh, uh-huh.
How would you like to... You're not going to like this.
Okay, so you answered your question.
Hmm.
What if instead of a lightning... Ooh, can I do that?
You want me to base myself in this and then have it eat me? Is that where you're going?
I don't want it to eat
It's
you.
for a good
though.
cause.
I don't want you to have... get toothed, you know?
2 feet, uh-huh.
Wait a second. Annie, you're fine with us putting Cyrano as bait, but not a magical horse
No,
that you can
no.
conjure again?
No.
No.
I just want to make sure where our priorities are. I'm fine with
Cyrano.
it. I just want to check.
Cyrano, what if you blink into its stomach?
I don't think I can do that.
Why not? You've blinked other places.
Right, but I'm pretty sure I have to see them, Gore. Is that correct? Is it
You've
essentially
got to be able to see
step?
where you're going to, yeah.
Yeah, trust me.
Not to mention,
not to be mentioned,
blinking
I know how Misty
into a
Step works
creature's
very
stomach is probably not a very healthy thing to do.
well. Yeah, and you have to see where you're going.
I would protect him from acid. Is what I would do.
I think
blink
I have
out.
to see it. I got to see it.
I like that idea.
And you
That would be
probably
a cool
have to be able
idea.
to
I did
breathe.
too, but
What
Well,
if? Okay.
Well, there's
like
another
draft.
way into its stomach other than its mouth.
Ah.
What if
Not
you're
as
on?
why are you?
Not as
what?
toothy that
How
way.
good a
I'm, just-
shot with that spear are you?
You want that to be the choice?
I'm saying if that's the choice, there's an alternate. There's a scenic route to the stomach. Okay.
I'm willing to bet the farmers are going to be willing to sacrifice one of their animals for us if we tell them we have a plan, but it'll
Yes.
just take one of their animals. I
Okay,
bet they'll do
so
it.
we take one of the animals, attach it to Stilo. So as it's riding, the thing comes for Stilo. You
Are we
make
gonna
it
have
go
a
away.
pig riding a horse?
We have to give it options. Remember, they said that
No.
sometimes it changes its taste. We need to have a horse with a cow and the pig,
Or all three combined.
all
Cow
on top of
piggin,
each other.
like a turducken.
Yes.
I was thinking, but it,
Stuff a
it
pig
goes
Horse
in a
and
cow.
cow
right.
pig.
But
Or
it,
piggin.
it goes for Stilo, and right as it's about to grab Stilo, it vanishes, and then it chooses. It grabs the other things attached to what Stilo was, and then there you go. But then it has to eat it. It's not gonna work.
It has to eat it.
But it
How
might
long
just
does it
fly off
take
with
to go and wait? How long does it take to go to infect after it eats it? Like, do we have to wait 30 minutes? Does it have to go swimming? What does it need
Well,
to do?
depending on how I can cook these babies up, short to long.
Okay.
Again, I'm making do with what I have, so I can't go to the herbalist and buy the specific things I need, right?
Cyrano,
So
what?
if I can bake it on down to something real potent, ooh, it could be real quick.
Okay, and then what's it going to do? Like, kill it?
No.
Make it
you might
throw up?
no. You might see its eyes, get a little heavy.
Sleep?
Its flying wings might just get a little slower.
This is a sleep thing. You're going to make a sleep
Well, a
poison.
slower probably poison.
You're going to give him a melatonin gummy. And
Yes. Correct. I'm gonna give him a Z-Quill and see what happens.
Z-Quill.
And then we're gonna cross our fingers.
1 gram of melatonin gummy.
Those don't work as well as they make you think they do. Okay, well,
But okay, so what if Cyrano shoots something, not at one of the crossbows, into the mouth with it attached as it's moving?
what if I drop a pig into it, like catch at it?
What if you were flying, you put a pig on the end of like a fishing, right? And then you like cast it out and like went fishing with the pig. You can sit up on a cloud. You can sit up on a cloud or something and just wait.
Oh, that's not how clouds work.
Well,
How do
you can
clouds
hover
work?
on it.
Jane
You
would
just
know
cast-
because she knows all about how air works.
You just
Right.
cast your little pig line
My pig line.
and just wait for a nibble.
It doesn't even like pigs. They've told us that.
Cow, I don't know, something, horse.
The worry about infecting an animal is that it probably doesn't eat it right away. It probably just grabs it and flies off, right? So
And all it's going to do is make
I mean,
it
from
sleepy.
what you've heard, it's what it does. It grabs it. It doesn't stop, have supper, and leave. It's generally grabbing and flying off, yes.
What? Okay, what if we were like, when it comes in, we can be like, hey, bet you can't eat a cow in one bite, and see if that,
Or
goes
tell it if it
among-
can eat all of the pigs in one sitting, it doesn't have to pay.
Yeah,
That's
it's a free
right,
one.
and,
And, a
gets-
t-shirt.
and it gets a t-shirt and a pin.
And you get your name written on the side of the barn.
Name up
And
on
a
the barn.
picture. Yes. Okay.
Love it.
So, a sleep potion that may or may not go into effect
Correct.
quickly. A rope
Okay.
that's probably going to break. A spear that's probably going to come out. And I'm just going to be basically flying straight into it while all of you
Oh,
do that.
We aren't doing the rope plan anymore. I thought.
Oh, we're not? Did we
We're
ditch
not?
that?
We're
thought
going for
I-
the wings. Or
with the
something.
rope.
Oh, okay,
with
yes,
the
the
rope?
wings.
Ah.
Well, yes, both, right?
Yes, all of it together. Yes.
All of it together. Got it.
Okay. This doesn't sound like a good idea, everyone.
Well,
And it sounds like I'm going to get really hurt and the rest of you are all going to be on the ground
No,
safe and cozy.
you will be protected, trust me. And stronger.
Right.
We just have to time it and not do it right away because we don't want it to wear out.
All right. I mean...
Britannica, if you're feeling really hurt, come find me, okay? Because I can't heal you from a distance.
How chat feels
I'll try
about this
to come to you,
particular plan.
but just letting you know.
Oh,
If you can't heal yourself, find me.
Okay. And we have our escape plan. I guess let's...
Okay,
do
where
it.
do you wish to... Where are you planning to spring this trap? Where's the setup point? Here at the farm, or over
On
where
the
the
grave
cows
of the
are?
sun.
Or...
So, if it comes from the southeast and flies to the northwest, we want to be between the farm and the mountains to the southeast, right?
That would be where all the fields and the cows were that you passed through a little earlier.
Then that's where we're going to do this wonderful plan.
Okay. Well, let's let Cyrano take over the kitchen for a little while. Go ahead and give me your prep poison roll.
Okay. Hopefully I get a decent roll here. Craft poison making, I assume that's the one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
For quantity and potency...
There we
18,
go.
not bad. Okay.
Yeah, the +6 in that one.
Yeah. So by the time you're done, you've probably come up with close to a gallon of basically what looks like a thick, icky tea. That is thick enough that you could like slather it on the back of an animal if you chose to, and or you know, you could deliver it some other way into the digestive tract. It's probably enough to make a lot. You know, you could probably. It's enough to dose an inn full of people, and put them to sleep. But yeah, so you have successfully done that.
And
okay.
just for some background, just because this hasn't really come up yet, the reason Cyrano knows this sort of stuff is because that is one of the methods he would use to for targets when he was on a job. And the reason he's not like super proficient in it is because he's only had to learn about it once or twice if like a target's really encompassed by other people, or he had to do something silently. So it's not his forte. So he has a good amount of skill in it, but nothing expertise.
Yeah, he has a basic rudimentary understanding of shit you shouldn't eat. And things you don't want in your bloodstream.
Exactly.
But not the nuances of lethal, deadly poisons.
No, nothing like that.
There you go. Okay. All right. Well, in that case, then, let's put you guys back to here. And by now, it is beginning to get dusk. Well, Elecma Horse is not here, so we're getting rid of Elecma Horse. I'm putting Elecma Man back there. Alright, what are you doing with Stilo, Annie? Is Stilo part of this cunning plan, or no?
Yep. Yeah, well, yeah, he'll come with us. Okay, so he's there.
Alright.
Yeah, he's with me.
Do you wish for the farmers to put the cows up this evening, or do you wish for them to leave them out in the fields as they originally intended? As the farmer mentioned, his original plan was to leave the cows out until the wyvern had come and snatched one up to deter it from coming to the farm itself.
How much poison do you have?
How much did you make?
Like a gallon full or so.
Really? Can we just put some on the backs of all of them?
Yes.
It's probably enough to coat maybe
be okay,
4
right?
of the cows' backs.
Yeah, as long as they don't ingest it, it's fine.
Right.
It's not caustic or
What if they
harmful to
lick
them.
each other?
All right, so
Alex.
I think we're going to get rid of most of the cows except 4, right? I mean, you said 4.
Okay,
so
is that your game plan?
we'll keep 4 on the fields and poison their backs, I guess.
Here's some cows I moved earlier. Okay.
Gord, does this poison have a sort of scent to it or anything?
It's probably got a faint scent, but nothing overpowering or overwhelming.
Okay. Does anybody know how to hide a scent or anything? Can anybody do that? No? No one knows a trick with a trade or anything?
Sorry.
That's kind of your thing. Shouldn't you make it undetectable as an assassin?
I used what I could.
Okay.
I said that already.
Okay, well, make it smell like grass instead.
And normally he'd probably put it in some kind of other drink that someone might
Yeah.
drink to mask the scent and flavor. But in this case, it's kind of winging it.
Yep.
I don't think we have a way. No.
Okay.
Do you wish to herd the cows into any particular location?
Yeah, like right here, between the two, right? Between the
Okay.
field and the crops.
All right. And then where do you all wish to position yourselves for this plan that's so cunning you could wipe your nose on it?
All big open field.
Yeah, I would probably be.
This is a cornfield, so you can actually hide in this corn.
Oh, that's for sure where I'd be then. You just
Yeah,
see
me
Cyrano like
too.
children of the corn, like just run in there and just disappear.
You
And-
find
and-
circles perfectly. No,
Oh no.
This is just a flat field.
that's
but,
an
like,
open plowed field. Yes, that's just dirt. You could like
kind
lay
of blend
down-
into that shit, you know?
You could lay down into the dirt and cover yourself up, but then you're really just kind of like hidden, not hiding. That makes sense. But you can definitely do that.
I'm gonna
Well-
go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, put Stilo in the open field so he's obvious, you know?
Okay, yeah, I'll do that. I need to be able to see. Well, I can feel Stilo's feelings.
His senses.
But I want to be able to see.
I
him,
think
so I'll be
think
kinda on the
Britannica
edge.
should hide in the cow shit. No.
Nice try.
Yeah.
So
Throw
I'm gonna
somebody in there.
I'm gonna give Annie the crossbow, right, with the rope attached to it, coiled, obviously at their feet.
Okay.
I'll do my best, Alekma.
And I guess I'd be here, right? Although it's gonna attack from behind us, right? From theoretically.
It depends if it comes down immediately, swoops in and snatches, or if it circles around and snatches and then carries on flying back. I mean, in theory, you know it is coming from
From back the
this
lower
way.
right.
Yeah. So it would be coming in this direction.
And when we're in the camouflage, the corn stalks, right? Can we see the sky pretty clearly, or are we? I mean, because we're
Yeah.
We're
I mean,
relatively
you can
tall.
kind of like, you know, corn. I mean, corn is generally pretty high, so you can like crouch down in amongst it and just kind of look out and up. But I mean, you'll be looking up, not out. So you're only going to see what's coming above you. You're not going to see what's coming from any distance if you're deep in the corn. I mean, if you stand up, you could look above the corn for sure.
well, I'd be doing that obviously.
Now, that being said, if someone wanted to go to the edge of the corn and kind of camouflage themselves and just kind of watch out across the open plain, you could certainly do that.
I mean, I assume that's what we do because we knew it'd be coming from that angle. So when it would be flying in, banking on it not circling around like an airplane, you know, we would want to attack it as soon as possible, right?
So you are, just to clarify, you are putting the Cyrano de Yum mix on the backs of each of these cows?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
And then Annie and I would be over here, and Britt would be close to us because I'd have to cast spells on her, and we'd basically be watching for its approach to prepare because I don't want to cast spells and then have them fade. I want to do it as it's approaching.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you're
I
here,
guess-
so where's everybody else going to be then if you're going to be casting spells on them? Because obviously they're going to have to be close enough for you to do that.
Yeah, because I'm going to need to be able to get up and above it as fast as possible. So,
Right, but you can invisible net right next to us basically and just go straight up as it's getting closer. But
Yes.
I need to
be able to touch me? Okay, gotcha. I just need to know how close I need to be. Gotcha. Okay, so I'll be next to Alekma then.
Okay.
And waiting
I guess the big kicker is what's the duration of your spells, right?
Some of them last for 6 minutes, some of them last for 60 or 80 minutes. So, I mean, I don't want to be premature with some of the more potent ones that don't last as long.
Okay. So, are all of you in the positions you intend to be in? Are your tokens where they want to be?
Yes.
I am going to wing up first so that it's...
Get closer so we can both see out, right?
So that I'm in there.
You attack the rightmost, I'll attack the leftmost wing.
I don't remember how much...
You want me to move, Alekma?
Well, yes, so you're closer. I mean, you're kind of in the Soxer.
Hey, what do you want me to do? I wasn't here when you guys were making this plan pot, by the way.
Oh, right. Maybe you can be...
Blink up there and stab one of the wings with your...
Which one?
Am I carrying him up, or is he going to blink up?
No, carry him up. So he can use the blink at a better time, you know.
Okay, so then I won't be able to use my weapon while I'm flying if I'm carrying him.
Well, you just drop him. Basically.
Okay.
Carry him.
I'm going to drop you.
Oh, okay. I guess I'll come over here.
I'll catch
On
you.
the dragon.
Maybe. You're
I don't like the question mark there. What's that? Oops. Here we are. Sorry, the corn. It's in my face.
Okay, so let's rerun again. It's going to approach. Once it goes over us,
So,
I'm going to invisible, take Cyrano up. Then, when it starts to go for the cows, you ready your spear. You shoot it after it grabs the cow, right? Because we need it to have eaten it.
Well, it's not going to eat it right away, but as it's approaching, we're going to do the attack.
So what was the point of that,
for the
then?
cows, then?
Bait.
What was the point of the poison?
We needed to have the poison, right? Don't we want it to at least attempt to get sleepy?
The point of the poison, I guess, is if we fail and it flies off with a cow, we follow it, and then it might be sleepy the next time we encounter it in the mountains.
Right,
But if we attack it before it gets a cow...
Yes, let's let it get a cow in its maw first.
What's going to be its ribs.
Talons?
Yes.
You don't think it's going to eat the cow?
Not right away, no.
Okay, then what was the point of the poison? I don't...
Well, the point of the poison is I thought it would work if we coated our weapons, but that didn't happen, so...
It wouldn't have worked anyways.
What do you guys want to do?
Okay, so, again, it's going to fly over. Go for the cows.
Grab a cow or stilo and then fly off.
You're going to hit it at that point.
Well, see, that's what I'm saying, because by then it'll be past us.
We'll do it as it's grabbing it. Maybe the poison being on its little talons will be enough to when it gets back, it'll clean itself off like a little cat.
I don't think it's going to.
But wait, we don't want it to get back.
Well, this might be a two-encounter situation, guys.
All right. It flies in right as it's grabbing the cow. Annie and I will attack it. We'll have cast spells on you guys, so you fly up as it passes us to then crash down into it, right? Is that what you're thinking?
Yes. The timing is going to be very important here, so I just want to make sure we understand what we're doing and when.
All right. Annie, you and I are going to fire as it's going for the cow, like right as it's about to get it.
Okay, are we going for the same wing or different wing?
You go for the leftmost, I'll go for the rightmost.
Thanks, you and I. Left, stage left. It's right wing, but...
And then I will drop Cyrano on its back, and he will go for one of the wings, and I will go for the other.
That's not a bad idea.
And then either blink away, Cyrano, or scream in that really annoying way you do, and jump off, and I will catch you.
Okay.
But, not towards its mouth, obviously.
Sure.
Okay, do we like this plan?
Sure.
No.
Unfortunately, the Wyvern died of old age. The end. No.
I'd be fine with that.
Okay. Well, you do not have to wait much longer as it is now dusk. In the distance, as the sun begins to set, you can see what at first appears to be a small black dot on the horizon, silhouetted against the mountains. And slowly, the dot gets bigger.
Okay.
And bigger.
So
and bigger.
I will start casting my spells. Okay?
Okay. Then it turns around, goes back the other way for about half an hour, then it comes back.
First, I'm casting Bull Strength on Britannica.
Okay, so that gives you a +4 enhancement bonus to strength.
Okay, so I would put +4 in my temp category.
+4 on your temp strength, yep, which is going to probably bump your damage and other shit by a couple of points.
Got it.
And
I'm casting Bull Strength on.
Ooh.
And that is for 8 minutes.
Is it 8 minutes away? I mean,
well, no, that's what I'm going to say. I mean, obviously, you're trying to guesstimate, so
okay.
Let's say realistically, on an 8-minute spell, it'll be over you in a couple of minutes, so you'll have a good 6 minutes of use out of it. I mean, you're not going to wait till the very last second, right? Because you're trying to do...
No. I've been doing a lot of spells, so I'm trying to fire them off.
Right.
I'm also casting Protection from Energy Lightning on Britannica.
On Britannica.
Myself as well.
Sure. Yeah. I want her to be protected, because she might be...
Okay, so that basically means you can ignore the first 86 points of lightning damage.
Wow.
And that's just on Britannica, or...
No, it's just a one-off.
On Britannica?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm also casting Resist Energy on Cyrano, because I didn't give him enough love, and I figure he deserves it.
Okay.
Okay.
So that will resist 20 points. And you're choosing...
Cyrano.
Yeah. Okay.
And
now, the difference with that, though, is there is a difference, because... Protection from Energy Lightning will absorb 86 points of damage until it is discharged, right? So it's like a buffer for 80 minutes. You have an 86-point buffer. Resist Energy works a little differently. Right?
Yeah, it's the first 20 damage of lightning per attack of lightning damage.
Yeah.
So it's if you get struck by lightning a bunch of times, the first 20 each of those times.
Correct. Whereas the one that's on Britannica is just you got 86 points of padding. When it's gone, it's gone. But
I got it.
If the first hit does 60, it will take all of that. It'll absorb all of that. So there you go. So yeah, you can ignore the first 20 points, and Britannica you can ignore up to a total of 86 points for the next 80 minutes. So that's pretty good.
And then lastly, I'm still going to... I know this is probably not going to be coming to use, but I'm going to do Airwalk to Annie. Because maybe she needs to run uphill or something. I don't think this is a good spell, but I chose it. So there you go.
Okay. All right. So you get to tread on air for 80 minutes. Basically allows you to kind of walk upwards or downwards at a 45-degree angle at a rate equal to 1/2 your normal speed.
I don't see that coming into play at all, but I chose it, so deal with it.
Thank you.
Just so you know, if the spell fails while you're airborne, basically you float down at the rate of 60 foot per round for like 6 rounds. You don't just instantly plummet to your death.
Whew. Okay.
However, if you're knocked down to the ground by then, you take 1d6 points of damage for every 10 feet you fall. So, all right.
Yeah, that's pretty much all I really got. And I have other things too, but not necessarily all at this point in time.
Well, that sounds fun. Alrighty then. So do you guys, is somebody gonna yell now or some kind of trigger effect? Or y'all just gonna do it based on initiative?
I mean, pretty much we're holding our actions until it's right here, right? Flying,
Right.
hopefully down.
So that's what I'm asking: is everybody going to act based on initiative order, or are you going to all hold, or do you want to, or is somebody going to like give a
Got it.
trigger?
Cyrano's gonna do that noise.
Sure.
Okay, so
Is
you
where
guys
we go.
attack when Cyrano says to.
Oh boy.
Sounds good to me. Alrighty.
And I'm gonna snatch you up.
All right. As you all hide in the cornfields, little kids come running out with blonde hair.
No.
Don't attack here, Wyvern. There's bad people. Okay. Yep. Now, as this thing gets closer and closer, you can indeed see the sheer magnitude of this thing. It's big. It's huge. All of you could sit on its neck, and most of you would not be able to straddle it like a horse. Its neck is wider than Stilo. Its neck is longer than the full length of Stilo. If you had to guess a weight of this thing, we'd probably be considering measuring it in tons, not pounds. It is huge.
God, maybe change of plans, maybe.
I wanted to see it first.
Are we still doing this?
Believe. We got this. We're awesome.
Okay.
I'm going invisible right now. And I'm taking
right.
Cyrano's hand.
Uh,
I don't want it
All
to
right.
see me.
As it begins to get closer, you notice its skin is a thick, kind of dark azure blue hue. It is covered in huge, big, thick, scaly plates. It looks pristine. It doesn't seem like it's got any dents or cuts or scratches or anything. The other thing you notice, kind of, its tail is dangling a little low. Like as it's flying, its tail kind of like drops down to where you can see it. If you can imagine a scorpion stinger, where the ball part of it is probably about 3 foot across, and the spike itself is probably about 4 foot. That's the size of the stinger on this wyvern. It's massive. You can kind of see what the wizard was talking about, because specifically for Alekma, it doesn't look natural. It's almost freakishly large for a creature of this size. Manticores have large stingers, but they're in proportion. Wyverns typically have large stingers, but they're in proportion. This thing is huge, which leads you to believe 2 things. 1, either it isn't what it appears, or 2, holy hell does that pack a lot of poison. Everybody give me a spot check. If you are logically able to be witnessing this, so this would only apply to the 2 of you that are closest to the edge of the cornfield.
Oh, okay.
So that would be Annie and Alekma. Okay, Alekma.
Whew. Sorry.
You notice, as it begins to get closer, that there's strands of metal and leather attached to the base of this ball, strapping it to its tail. This isn't part of the creature at all. This is actually almost like someone would strap maybe an artificial hand to an arm that was missing a nub, or some kind of artificial limb. So it doesn't look like it's actually part of the creature, more it has been placed there, either as some kind of gorish additional weapon or as some kind of ruse, who knows. But for whatever reason, again, it's freakishly large. In fact, it doesn't look like it would be unlike it could use it like a wrecking ball if it wanted to. If it was to swing this thing into a wooden construction, it could probably smash through a barn or a house with great ease at the velocity that this thing is traveling. Needless to say, as you all poise and get ready, this thing begins to get closer and closer. As it does, it begins to swoop its wings back and starts to descend. You can now hear a faint as this mighty winged creature is now cutting through the air. You can almost see the air, you know, the, what do they call them? Like the lines of air kind of cutting over its aerodynamic shape. It swoops in low. Actually, you know what? Let me do this first. Because I got a feeling... I'll move you guys to the front, because I got a feeling there may be some shenanigans. Alright, okay. It zooms over top of you, reaches down with its huge big front talons, poised with its massive claws. The hands of this thing are big enough that it could easily just wrap either of its fists completely around Alekma or completely around Britannica and hold them like little tiny ragdolls. As it glides down with its claws outstretched, positioned perfectly to snatch a cow on the run and keep going. Okay, what are you guys doing?
Using a feather and throwing it at the rightmost wing.
Okay, so you leap up.
I'm taking off with
And
Cyrano.
launch your spear. Okay, that's what you're doing. Seeing Alekma jump up with a spear in his hand, is everybody else reacting, or are any of you saying, yeah, fuck this, I'm out?
I'm gonna say again to Britannica, Britannica, we should not do this. This is a bad idea.
Just get in the air.
Throw it.
So
This,
are you
don't
grabbing
this
him and going up?
Uh-huh.
When
on.
you did the invisibility thing, did you do the thing that... so he's invisible as well?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so you two are both invisible.
Mm-hmm. We're
All right.
going up.
So you grab hold of... He says, I think this is a bad idea.
Yeah, don't do
and you
it,
just
don't
grab
do
him and up into the air. Okay, Annie, what are you going to do?
Yeah. I let the crossbow shot off on the right wing.
So you're going to... and shoot. Okay. Well, for argument's sake, let's get the initiatives. But for this action, everybody's going to be going at exactly the same time with what they're doing, because everybody basically had a held action. So, let's see what we've got here. Where's my notepad?
Oh, damn it.
God damn it.
Dash nabbit.
Oh, man.
Silly rabbit. Initiatives for kids.
This is not good.
I didn't want to be first.
Okay.
Always hold your action, Cyrano.
I might take an action that you guys might not want me to take or
028.
expect.
Oh, wow. Oh, and now I see why you're saying that.
Yeah.
Not that it matters for this round, but for chat, let's roll initiative and see where this thing's going to come in. Okay. What is your initiative, little thingy? Of everything, I don't think I wrote that down.
We are smart. That's the marquee. But hey, guys, this is Dungeons and Dragons. Let's fucking kill
Dungeons
a
and
dragon.
Wyverns.
Let's kill a
All
bastard,
right.
you know?
We're not killing this thing.
If we're gonna TPK,
Where is
this
the
is where
initiative?
we TPK. That's what I was saying.
Doesn't. She's got to be here somewhere.
Its official name is Little Thingy. Yeah.
Little thingy. Well, in light of that, I'm just going to go based on its dex then, because I don't actually see an initiative thing. Maybe they think it doesn't really matter, it doesn't need initiative. It's a dragon.
Comforting.
Let's see. Yep. No, it's definitely not there. Okay. Oh, there it is. Okay, it's up the top. All right. So for chat, This is the initiative roll. Of the creature. Alrighty. So, as I said, for all intensive purposes, all of your attacks are going to happen at the same time. Alright, so, in theory, the crossbow bolt is the fastest moving object. So, Annie, take a shot. Let me have a quick look here and see. Because this thing... Let me double check on the AC because... 14. Okay, shoot!
Is this a light crossbow or a heavy?
Heavy crossbow.
Heavy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm just gonna do a ranged attack here. All right. I turn to the beast, aim for the wing, and shoot.
Okay.
Nice.
Alekma, throw the spear.
Alright. I used a feather, so I get plus 20, right?
Mm-hmm. All right. What is Britannica doing? I ask you because bottom line is whatever Cyrano basically is doing what Cyrano is dragged into doing. So
yeah, so we're flying above it. I'm getting us up into position.
And whereabouts are you trying to come down on this thing?
Going for one wing to over the body, I guess, to put Cyrano down. And then I'm going to go for whichever wing he doesn't go for.
So you're going to drop Cyrano onto its back?
I'm just in position right now. I'm like
okay, so
this is all happening,
ready.
Like,
I'm waiting for him to tell me when to let him go.
So Cyrano is looking through his bombing reticle.
Yeah.
Stay on target. Stay on target. Bombs away! Whee!
Yeah.
Okay. Tell me when. Are you ready?
You're just drumming the body of it? Oh, Jesus.
Well, you have to
So what is your movement?
Go on the wing?
What is
You want me to? I'm gonna walk over to it?
Well, I'll put you on the wing direct if you'd like, but just
probably
don't.
You can have that discussion as you fly up if you wish, but
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we're discussing that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Put me on the wing.
Okay.
And the wing says we have to get the thing on the ground.
Okay. Putting him on the wing.
Which wing are you dumping him on?
Oh.
Y'all attacking this left wing or the right wing?
Which wing do you want?
Just drop me on a wing.
Okay. I'll put him on this one. Right
okay,
here.
alright. So you're gonna both...
And then I'm gonna go, once I drop him, I'm gonna go to the other one as fast as I can.
Okay, so from here... So what is your movement rate?
75.
75, okay. So you're grabbing him and flying up there. Let's see, you were about here. $75, so you're about 50 feet to there, kind of going up at an angle. Yep. That'll be your full move. So, seeing as you're just letting him go as you fly, I'm not counting that as an action. Okay. So the crossbow bolt fires, the spear throws, you fly up as it zooms past, trying to intercept it, dropping Cyrano. Obviously, this thing, remember, it is whooshing. It's not, like, hovering.
Right.
So we're going to have some fun with that as well. And then you're flying over, which I would say will give you, because of your incredible movement rate, you will have enough to make a single attack, as well as all of that movement. Okay, so here's what happens. The crossbow goes and ricochets off the armor of this thing, doing nothing. What you were aiming specifically at a wing, correct, with your spear?
Yes.
Was there rope tied to the spear?
Yes.
Okay. Then in that case, your wing, doing 15 points of damage. Your spear does hit the wing. It even actually kind of like chars a groove down the leathery thickness of it. But doing 15 points of damage is not enough to penetrate this thing's wing to where I would consider it impaled.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
Alright, Cyrano, you drop from the sky, but again, the wings are not such a solid platform. They're thick and they're muscular, but you're landing on a flying thing. I'm going to need a successful tumble roll from you to not hit the thing and go boom, 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 and fly off.
Okay,
now hold
But
on.
if you want to specifically tell me how you want to achieve this, I'll take anything into account in your improvised method of doing this.
Yeah, so as I'm like free falling like A. Tom Petty style, B. Skydive style, right? Do I see these two things just basically go tink tink off of this thing because I'm
you'll see the crossbow bolt ricochet off of it. You'll see the spear actually like cut
Just
into
kinda go
it a little bit,
but like a little
but it doesn't like go and pluck
Right.
through the wing like you were like the wings of a dove or a pigeon or something.
Okay, yeah, so here's what I'm gonna do. So if I see that, I am gonna try to tumble on the wing, but I'm gonna try to tumble off of it. Like,
Okay,
basically
so you're
be like,
basically
"Nope,
gonna,
it just,
as you
like,
hit the
outta
ring, you
here."
want to use that as a controlled roll and go straight off of it and onto the ground.
Correct.
Give me a tumble roll.
Yeah, I'm seeing that. I'm like,
Baby.
Chicken.
yeah. Yes.
Coward.
Alright.
Coward.
Yeah.
I mean, this thing, as you know,
have no
it's
fear around me.
it can't be that high up because it's
I'm
it's
not
low
afraid.
enough just to snatch a cow, so it's not too
Yeah.
far to the ground. Go for it.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not afraid, Annie. I'm
I hope you get tangled up in
I'm
this
very
webbing.
aware of everything.
Damn.
31. Okay, yeah. You hit the wing rolling, and will probably just kind of bounce off and come to a neat pile.
Get Gord on a cow horn.
A cow
Cows
horn?
don't have horns.
Yeah, you'll probably basically hit the dirt and go into
Fine.
a nice roll on the
Fine.
dirt field, and
Fine.
probably more in this direction.
That's fine. Oh, more away? Great. Even
Okay,
better, please.
And Britannica, you want to try to
Uh-huh.
axe. You want to try to axe this thing. So go for it.
Yeah, because I'm not a chicken.
You're about to be in this thing's mouth.
Do I have flank?
I bet you taste like it.
No, there is nothing. There is nothing that could be considered threatening this thing on its flank at this moment.
Flank! Not the cow it has, scaring it in its clutches.
Move, move,
I
move.
It never hurts to ask.
Nope.
The cow has a horn though, Gord. That's very unheard
All
of.
right. Okay.
I know.
Yep. You're. Crackling blue sparks burst off the side of this thing as your axe ricochets off the armor and does not sink into this thing's
Doesn't
body.
she have more damage because it's or is
In
it,
the wing?
It's evil, right? Or no, that's the paladin.
Yeah, that's not enough to bust through this thing's AC, I'm afraid.
Bye, fools! As I
All right.
just continuously
With
tumble
that,
away.
it grabs the cow, which slows its movement, and it extends its wings and has to really whoosh the wings up to start flying upwards more now with its extra weight.
Cow has poison on it, right?
It does, yep.
Okay.
Cyrano, what do you want to do? Now we are talking about initiative.
Yep, I'm dashing back into the cornfield and hiding. Yep, right underneath it, so because
Yep.
it just right it underneath into the cornfield.
Oh, you've already
and
moved. Okay, yep, you're in
I'm
the cornfield.
hiding.
Okay, Annie St. Clair, you fired the crossbow. Now what do you want to do?
It failed, so I'm going to run backwards towards Alekma here.
Okay.
What are we doing now? Where are they?
Alekma, what are you doing? Oh, actually, it's its turn. It's not going to attack. It's gonna basically move. So, it's gonna be flying one cow.
Do I get an
Yep.
opportunity as it passes me?
1 second. If you are holding your position, yes. If you're gonna fly with it to attack it, then
No, I'm gonna hold, let it keep going, and as
then
it goes,
by all means give it an attack of opportunity.
I'm going to strike the rigging on its tail,
Okay.
if I may.
All right.
Ooh,
Yep. You may.
nice.
You can
Get
attempt
that.
to hit
There
that.
you go.
Okay, and that's a full attack for that, right?
It would.
Come on.
No attacks of opportunity are only every single attack.
Oh, damn.
Let's try though.
Come on, baby.
Or knew this would
Good
happen.
idea, though.
I had no idea what they were going to come up to for this plan. So, 35 solid hit, 16 damage. Okay. There is a small victory. This thing will continue to fly off. But not before that solid axe blow cuts 2 of the leather straps. And the huge, big, heavy metal ball that had the spike attached to it goes plummeting to the ground, and with a loud and heady, it embeds itself in the dirt.
Nice.
Okay.
Well played.
And then I'm hiding in the cornfield.
Okay,
I'm
yes.
diving. I put 2 corns on top
Give
of my
me a
head.
second here, because I might actually have.
Yeah, I want to look like a scarecrow.
Now, does the steel ball, when it falls, kill Stilo by landing
Does
on
it land on another cow?
Or land on a cow?
Sure, it can kill a cow if you want to kill a cow.
Yes, let's kill the cow.
You know, you're assholes. Why not?
Carnage!
Hold on. Let me just check something here. I'm
We
just
need
going to
those
cover
for
my
later.
dice pane for a second. I know I have this, but I don't know if I have it already uploaded or if I need to upload it.
Want to do Draw My Life? I can do it. I
Yeah,
can draw
no,
it.
we're not doing a Draw My Life. Nope, but I do have it, so let me grab it and drop it real quick. Drop it like it's hard. Drop it like it's hard. Where's the blue one? Is that one? I think so. Don't freak out. I'm just going to. This is not a second one coming into
Multiplies
view.
to
I'm
2
just.
dragons.
Ping! Oh, it's even bigger.
Oh, no! It's a baby one.
All right, let me size these up. Close enough. Okay. Right, you're out. You're fired, dragon. You're in. Okay. All right. With that, and the huge big spike going into the ground, the thing will kind of holding the cow in its hands. It will kind of arc up over the farm, banking around to its right to kind of like take an arc and come back. Are you staying airborne?
No, I dove right into the cornfield.
Okay,
to
you're
hide.
going down into the cornfield. All right,
Yep.
fair play to you.
Mhm.
Okay, this thing will kind of zoom, kind of to your, kind of northeast, as it were. Does anybody wish to do anything at this point to draw attention to yourselves? Or are you like,
No.
No.
No, I'm basically grabbing Annie and throwing us to the ground. We can
Okay.
be as low to the ground as possible.
as it zooms above you, you hear in a deep, booming, clearly common-tongued voice, it says, "A futile display, if ever I've seen one. 'Twasn't enough that I fried one of you. Never mind. When I return in 2 days, I'm going to level this farmland to the ground. You have defied me for the last time." And it rears its head up, and you see a huge, big crackling of lightning come out of its mouth and up into the sky. As it does so, almost like the sky itself seems to be like a small storm cloud begins to appear, and all of a sudden, a flood of water. Not like rain, but like a drenching flood. Almost as if Annie St. Clair had just summoned water up above you guys, just drops down and smashes into the cornfields, like destroying an area of the corn. Not where you guys are, fortunately, more over here. But it just like hits the corn so hard that the corn is just laid down. There's a huge dashing of it. And with that, it kind of like continues a low flying arc back in the direction of the mountains. However, being that it is so clear and open, you can see very clearly where this thing is going if you can maybe somehow keep up with it to some degree.
Ooh.
What do you guys want to do?
Should we hop on our horses or something? See if he falls asleep? Or where he lives?
Huh?
Well, you know where he's going to be in a couple of days' time. He's going to come back and destroy this farm.
I'd
So-
rather
but-
not do that. So I would just get up and be like, Stilo, come.
Okay,
Hey, boy.
Stilo is still here, so you summon Stilo.
Can you become a horse again?
Take Cyrano. Britt and I will go to the air.
Yes, good
Okay.
idea. Let's go.
All right.
I will
hop on the back of Stilo.
I will fly over them and do another invisibility sphere
Okay.
over us and kind of keep pace.
All right.
Yeah,
Got
I will.
10 feet range, so I can.
I will turn into a fast, small, medium-sized bird that can kind of keep up and
Okay.
fly with them.
So you two are going to fly, and Stilo's going to gallop. Well, across the open plains, you do a fairly good job of keeping up with this thing. It is outpacing you, there's no doubt about it. Its sheer size and wingspan means it flies considerably faster than what you're covering across ground. Do you want to try to outpace Annie, or are you staying with her?
I'm gonna try to outpace her and just keep my sphere on me if I get closer.
Okay, and you're still going to hang on to Alekma?
Well,
yeah, can Alekma stay with me, or do you?
Yeah,
need
I'm
help?
gonna fly. I'm gonna try to keep up with
I
him.
mean, he's not going to be as
Because I can just
fast
hold
as-
you in my hand if you're a little bird.
I'm a medium-sized bird. I can't go little. So.
Right. So
I'll
I'm
follow you.
actually like I could be a large eagle.
let me look
Actually.
here. You're
So
okay. Yeah, it
I'll just
is
carry it.
approximately twice as fast as you are in the air. You're 75. It's 150. So, as I said, you will.
I think what I'm gonna try
Stilo
to
at
do.
full open gallop is close enough to keep up with you. So you two are like, but where the reason I asked that is once Stilo gets to those rocky crags
Yeah.
in the base, he cannot keep that speed up. You can. So
Right.
that's where you're going to have to either stay with Annie and slow down, or you're going to keep on going.
yeah,
Yeah.
Mind is
I'll
Seneca
just tell-
and
I'll-
I are gonna keep going, right?
Yeah, we'll keep going and as hard as we can to keep an eye on it and
Okay.
have the invisibility
All right.
spirit over us to protect.
Obviously, as I said, you're not able to keep up with it, but you're able to stay close enough to where eventually you do see this thing circle around and zoom down between two very distinct mountain peaks. Let me just double check something here as well, because you may see something else. I need
Got
to
the
just-
vision.
Caw, caw, caw! Sorry. Let's see. Oh, nope. That's not the right login. Let me try logging again. 1 second. Let me just double check the login for this. I just realized something that you might actually see because you're actually up here a lot higher than you've ever been. And I didn't think about that part. Ooh!
Britt with the quick thinking.
Mm-hmm.
MVP.
It's nice.
Taking down that stinger too, which we didn't investigate. We just left it there.
Yeah,
Well,
but
we know where it
What
is.
it is.
It's
It
mine now.
ain't going nowhere.
I'm putting it on me.
Yeah.
It's my stinger tail now.
yeah. It's
Put
about
it on
as
a giant
you could
chain and just
you could
swing
sit on it. Okay. So from this height, you see where the dragon, because clearly it appears not to be a wyvern at this point, zooms down in between two mountain peaks. But past that, further back in the higher upper peaks of the tallest mountain, you can see what looks like a manufactured tower molded into the side of the mountain itself. As the crow flies, it's probably, probably about 20 to 30 miles further into the mountain range than where this dragon is. But nonetheless, at that height, you can see this place further back there. So just bear that in mind. It's a thing. Other than that, what do you want to do? Do you want to continue and try to investigate the mountains yourselves? Or at this point, do you want to kind of mark where you see it, know approximately where it is, and then come back to Annie and Stilu and Cyrano?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna kind of look at Alekma bird and be like,
Alekma bird.
let's remember this. And then I'll fly back. Cute. Polly, want a cracker?
Okay.
Do that? Can you say that?
So I'm a large falcon. That's what I chose to be.
Mm-hmm.
The stinger, could I theoretically go back and pick it up?
Oh, hell no.
Okay.
No, not even close.
That idea down.
Yeah, no, not even close. No, I'm just...
All right.
I mean, the size of this thing is huge. I mean, as I say, when it hit the ground, it's like a small wrecking ball with a 4-foot
Makes
spike
sense.
on it. It's huge.
Okay, yeah. So I'd follow Great back to the T.
Okay. Alrighty. Well, in that case, then, you'll get back, zoom down to where Annie and Cyrano are making their way as best they can through the rocks and crags. And by that time, you're not that far away from Midden Hill Keep. So you can all...
Okay.
Really, from here, you have a choice. You can head straight into the mountains and pursue the beast, or you can go back to the comforts and safety of Midden Hill Keep. Pros and cons are yours to decide.
Huh. Do we need to go back to Min? Can we just camp out around here?
None of you are hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna obviously turn back to myself and then just be like, we have no real reason to.
We can find a safe enough place, then let's just camp.
I mean, on foot and going through this kind of craggy area, it's going to take you probably close to a day to get into the mountains, and then who knows how precarious the climb will be up to where this thing made its nest.
Okay. Yeah, let's camp out here for the night then.
I mean,
All right.
yeah. If anything, we rest and I can find a way to make our climb easier, right? It's not as
Okay.
cumbersome.
In that case, then, let me pick, probably, there we go.
Yeah, it's getting late too, so.
Yep, that's what I'm just trying to... Alright, so yeah, you guys probably will pick a kind of secured little place in amongst some of the rocky crags, the best kind of sheltered place you can find, and camp there for the night with the mountain looming in the distance ahead of you. And that is about as good a place as we're going to have to stop it today.
Oh, hi. Didn't see you there. When I'm not playing a tree-hugging druid on how Reroll, I'm Shagget. You can follow me on twitch.tv/Shagget, where I stream casually or on Twitter, if you can figure this out, at @eneb_convos. How's that for laziest outro ever? My ass. See you guys.
Jane? Jane, what are you doing? You gotta record your outro. Jane? She's dead.
Oh no.
Jane's dead, but it's me, Jane the Spooky Ghost. You can follow me on my spooky adventures at Jane on Twitch with a 0. That's it. I'll talk to you guys later when you're dead. Please.
How you
What's
doing?
up, everyone? It's your boy, the Snuggler. Oh man, is it my 3rd campaign already? If you guys do want to follow me, I'm pretty active on Twitter at MattySweetTweet. And if this didn't scratch your D&D itch, Chris Tassix and I have a new podcast coming out. You can find out more information about that if you go to www.newcritsontheblock.com. Jane put it right there for everyone to see. We hope you guys go and check it out and enjoy it. Until next time.
Hi, fans. It's me, Christy.
Toasty!
Okay, that's good. I'm new and scared. Like
What the what?
Bear cub,
We saw
but luckily, my mentors Snugs and Jane are here to guide me through with grace and wisdom and beauty and muscles and beauty again, but mostly muscles. Jane said I could promote my art and my D&D podcast. That's all I can say about that. Because she also said that hogging the spotlight is selfish and ugly. So, thanks for everything, Snugs and Jane. This is Crispy, saying sayonara.
Hi there, I'm Gorbad. Welcome to the Orc's Nest. I'm the Dungeon Master here on How We Roll, and if you'd like to follow me personally, you can do so on Twitter at Gorbad. Check out thedmblog.com for all things Dungeon Master and Dungeons & Dragons related. And of course, you can follow me on twitch.tv/Gorbad. Also, guys, don't forget to keep up with all things How We Roll. Follow us on Twitter at How We Roll. Check out the website www.howweroll.com, and make sure you follow us on YouTube as well. Cheers, guys.